Hi everyone. Topic for today's discussion is partnership, admission of a partner. Now let's see what is it. Taking a new person into the business as co-owner is termed as admission of a partner. That means here a new person comes into the business as a partner. Okay. Admission takes place with the consent of all partners. That means all the existing partners have to unanimously decide to admit a new partner. So it is with the decision of all the partners that a new person comes into the business. A new partner is added when additional capital or managerial help is required. That means when a partnership firm is expanding or is growing in size, then the firm may require more capital, right? So in order to get that capital, that adequate capital or additional capital, a new partner may be added to the business, okay? Or the firm is in need of someone who has a managerial skill, who can look after the business, who can manage the business, right? Then the firm may decide to get a new person as a partner. Then on the admission of a partner, the old agreement comes to an end. That means the agreement made between the old partners comes to an end, and a new agreement is made to carry on the business. New agreement with the existing partners along with the new partner, right? So new agreement is made in order to carry on the business, right? So this new agreement will govern all the partners. Now, when a new partner comes into the business, what does he bring? So he brings what? He brings capital plus additional amount. This is what a new partner is required to bring. He is required to bring his share of capital and some additional amount. Okay, this additional amount is termed as premium for goodwill. So we'll see this one here. Now when you are doing a sum on admission of a partner, what are the points that you got to keep in your mind, right? So the points to be kept in your mind or the points to be noted: profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio, goodwill, revaluation of assets and liabilities, accumulated profit and loss, and capital adjustment. Now let's see these points one by one. Now profit sharing ratio. So when a new partner is admitted into the business, the profit sharing ratio of old partners gets changed. Why? Because the old partners have to sacrifice their share of profit in favor of new partner. So new partner, when he comes into the business, he has to get share in the profit. So where does this share comes? The share in the profit comes from whom? Where? Comes from the share of the old partners. Because the old partners have to sacrifice, have to forego some amount of their profit in favor of the new partner. So that is what? So this leads to change in the profit sharing ratio. That means the profit sharing ratio of all partners gets changed in the new firm, right? That is the reason why you need to calculate new ratio, new profit sharing ratio. Okay. Then comes sacrificing ratio. What is sacrificing ratio? Sacrificing ratio is the ratio in which the old partners agree to sacrifice their share of profit in favor of new partner. So sacrificing ratio shows what? It shows sacrifice made. Sacrifice made by old partners. Made by whom? Made by old partners. Okay. So the sacrificing ratio is calculated. The sacrificing ratio equals to old ratio minus new ratio. That is the sacrificing ratio. Now, why sacrificing ratio? Again, I'll come later. Goodwill. Goodwill, we have already discussed the meaning of goodwill, okay, and the mode of valuation of goodwill in the previous videos. Here, it is important to find out the value of goodwill in the admission of a partner because goodwill helps the firm to earn what? Super profit. It helps the firm to earn super profit. So, super profit. Goodwill helps the firm in earning what? Super profit. But the old partners, say A and B, these are the old partners, their share in the super profit gets what? Gets reduced now. Their share gets reduced. Why? Because they forego some amount of the profit for the new partners. They have to give some of the share in their profit for whom? For the new partner. So their share in the super profit in the new firm gets reduced. Is it or not? That means they lose. The old partners, they lose their share of profit. Okay. Now, since they lose their share of profit, they have to be compensated. So they lose. So that is a loss. And this loss has to be what? It has to be compensated. Compensated by whom? It should be compensated by the new partner. Why the new partner? Because the new partner gains. New partner is gaining. Why he is gaining? Because the old partners have sacrificed their share of profit. That is why the new partner is gaining. And that is the reason why the new partner has to compensate the old partners, because the old partners are losing. Now, how do you find out the compensation then? This compensation should be equal to the gain made by the new partner. So the amount of compensation is gain made by new partner into the value of goodwill. Why the value of goodwill? Because the goodwill helps the firm to earn super profit. That is why the value of goodwill has to be considered to find out the compensation. Okay. Now, this is a compensation. This compensation is to be paid to whom? To the losing partners. Okay. Now, the question comes, how to distribute this compensation? This compensation has to be distributed. Right? Distributed among whom? Among the partners who have sacrificed. So, this compensation is distributed in the sacrificing ratio. So, sacrificing ratio is required in order to distribute what? Compensation. Okay. So, this compensation is distributed in what ratio? Sacrificing ratio. And this compensation is termed as premium for goodwill. Here I had written premium for goodwill. This is the extra amount which the new partner is required to bring. So this compensation is what? Premium for goodwill. So how do you calculate premium for goodwill? Premium for goodwill is amount, that is gain into the value of goodwill. I hope it's clear. Now come to the revaluation of assets and liabilities. At the time of admission of a partner, it is desirable that the assets and liabilities should be valued at current price. Okay? So the current value of assets and liabilities should be found out and incorporated in the balance sheet. Similarly, the liabilities should be reassessed, okay, and it should be corrected. Now, in this exercise, there may be one loss or profit. Why? Because the value of some assets may go up while the others may go down. In the same way, the value of liabilities may change, it may go up or go down, and this may lead to loss or profit. This loss or profit is known as revaluation profit or loss. Okay. Now, what to do with this revaluation profit and loss? Now, this loss or profit is because of these assets and liabilities, and these assets and liabilities are in the business due to the effort of old partners, right? So, who is entitled to this loss or profit? New partner or the old partners? It is the old partners, because this loss or profit is due to the effort of the old partner. So, this revaluation profit or loss will be distributed to whom? Old partners in old ratio. Done? Now comes accumulated profit or loss. Now, what is the meaning of accumulated profit or loss? The profit or loss which remains in the business undistributed. That means a part of the profit which is kept in the business and is not distributed among the partners. That is called accumulated profit or loss. It may be in the form of general reserve, reserve, profit and loss credit balance, or profit and loss debit balance. Now, so since this is not distributed, so this has to be distributed, and this will be distributed to whom? To the old partners in old ratio. Now come to the capital adjustment. What is capital adjustment? So the partners may decide or agree to adjust the capital of the partners in the profit sharing ratio. That means the capital should be in proportion to the new profit sharing ratio. And if this is so, then the capital of one partner may be more, or the capital of other partner may be less. Or the partners, some partners may require to bring additional capital, okay, to make up that difference, or the other partners may require to withdraw the surplus capital, right? So that is the reason why there is a need for capital adjustment, and this is required when the partners decide to adjust the capital as per the new profit sharing ratio. Okay, so these are the points that should be kept in mind while doing a problem on admission of a partner. Okay, thank you.